Horror Podcast. I'm Todd, joined by my wife, Becca.
Hi.
Hi. And we're going to watch every horror movie together, which is why today we watched The Long Walk from 2025 as we're continuing to finish up watching all the 2025 horror movies so we can make our top 10. I think we're missing like Bone Lake, which I don't know anything about that movie except for its title, basically.
Yeah.
I think that starts streaming this weekend. And Black Phone 2, which I guess we'll get to at some point. Mm-hmm. I'm not like super excited about that.
Either.
People love that movie though.
It's not like that I don't like Black Phone.
Yeah.
It's just, I think the marketing was pissing me off.
Yeah. It was one of those movies that was like everywhere.
Yeah.
But The Long Walk is directed by Francis Lawrence. Do you know what he directed?
No.
So he directed a lot of music videos. I saw he directed Lady Gaga music videos.
Really?
Yes.
Which ones?
I saw Bad Romance. Is that a Lady Gaga song?
That's like a very popular one. That's awesome.
Okay. He also directed Constantine and I Am Legend. And he directed all of the Hunger Games sequels.
Oh, okay.
Which seems very appropriate.
Yeah.
Because I think in the beginning of this movie, you were like, is this just Hunger Games for boys? It's like, yes, it kind of is.
I think I said, is this just Hunger Games for the boys?
My bad. It's extremely different from what I just said. This movie is so interesting. I was very excited to see this. I think as soon as I saw the trailer, it's one of those things where it has like such a strong concept, and then when you hear it's written by Stephen King, it's like, oh,
yeah.
Okay. Like this checks out, and this is probably gonna be really good. And it was getting like a lot of acclaim last year. It also seemed very depressing. Yeah. Which is always tough for us. I feel like we drag our feet on the depressing horror movies a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just lately, especially, I really just need like fun horror I can escape into.
I know, it's tough right now because I keep pushing to see Eddington and One Battle After Another, and it's just like, why stuff just keeps fucking happening in the world. It's like, can we just chill for a sec so I can enjoy movies? But this, I wasn't familiar with this story. I've read a lot of Stephen King stuff. I think in the grand scheme of things, I haven't read that much because he's written like 6,000 books. But I wasn't familiar with this, and it turns out he wrote it in 1979 when he was 19 fucking years old, which, if that doesn't make you question what you're doing with your life, I don't know what will.
That's crazy. Ridiculous. Yeah.
It's kind of like, the funny thing is I realized this is kind of like a bottle episode that you see in TV. Mm-hmm. You familiar with that term?
No.
It's basically like, you know, when a TV show has an episode that's like really high concept and is all in like one location, and it kind of is different from all the other episodes. Okay. It's also, I had to look this up a little bit because I keep saying like that I like these kind of movies. Like, remember Circle is like this? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like Cube and stuff like that. They're all kind of like that one location with small cast of characters that have to kind of carry the whole movie.
Also sort of like Battle Royale situation too.
That's another thing I'm going to get into because we were in the Squid Game era, and that seems like maybe one of the reasons this got made. But I saw that another term is chamber film. This is apparently something that's like, it's a story where it's like one location. It's very driven by dialogue. It's very like intimate. And this really is like that kind of story. Like, you don't really think about that. But while we were watching it, I was like, that's definitely what this is. Because the concept, if people don't know, I mean, it's a Stephen King thing. So expect like big, high concept that's really fucking, that kind of catches your attention. It's kind of like this fake, where it's like this alternate future where I guess there was, it seems like we're in the aftermath of a war. Mm-hmm. And maybe the country's kind of struggling financially. So they offer this thing that's just seriously like the fucking Hunger Games. It's like, in the movie, I think it was like one person was chosen from each state. Mm-hmm. So it's very Hunger Games. Yeah. It's kind of like a lottery, I guess. And if you are accepted, you basically have to walk this route, which is televised. It's like he already knew like streaming was going to be a thing back in 79. And it's essentially like if you stop walking, you get shot by your military escort. Mm-hmm. And whoever makes it all the way to the end gets like a big payout. And they get like the extra layers. Like,
is that a spoiler?
No, that's the concept. Okay. I mean, they kind of introduce that.
Okay.
But they say like, yeah, you get you can make whatever wish you want and they'll grant it.
Yeah.
Very evocative. And so the whole movie is just like this group of young men. Do they clarify it has to be men? I wouldn't be surprised considering
considering
the culture.
Considering this is like patriarchy max. Yeah. I really don't think they were considering women.
Yeah. I did see that like a lot of people attribute this to, they think the story is about the Vietnam War and like sending our young men out to die for the country and calling it patriotism.
Yeah.
But apparently Stephen King rejects that. He says that's not what he was writing. Oops. But it's the interesting thing about a story like this is, you know, you can kind of find those parallels and they really work because this movie has like very strong themes. We'll get into that stuff more later. But it did feel like, yeah, this after Hunger Games and in the era of Squid Game, I can see executives like flipping through Stephen King's back catalog. Like, what do we got? What do we got? And they find this and it's like, now is the time, 2025.
Well, I mean, also like there was that thing where Trump said that he wanted to take a representative from each state. So it's hitting a little close to home.
He wants to do the Hunger Games. That came like after the movie. That was almost like promotion for the movie.
Seriously, because it was way too close.
Yes. So maybe where it's like at that point where it's like, oh yeah, Squid Game, that's real hot. And it's like, okay, maybe we got to pump the brakes. We're getting a little too close to reality now. But it is that kind of thing, you know, that like survival game where last person alive wins. And I think what I like so much about this story is like, for one thing, it's like I said, the themes are super strong. Like you can see the idea of taking your young men and filling them with all these promises and hope and everything, and then basically just chucking them into a meat grinder. And like the way they depict that in the movie is like one of the most fascinating things. I guess we're getting very far ahead. I really fucking love this movie.
Okay.
Did you like this movie?
It was, you know, I appreciate it for what it is. I think everything was done extremely well. For me, on a personal level, this is just not for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to be very interested to talk to you about that. Because usually we see like very eye to eye on like everything. Yeah. And it's rare when we have a disagreement.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say that this is a bad movie at all. It's definitely a very good movie. Like it was extremely well done.
It's because you're a woman.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You just don't get it. Sorry, what are you saying?
I don't know. You interrupted me.
I needed to mansplain this real quick, so just hold on a second.
I don't know. It feels on point there, so I'll just let that moment be.
We'll get into all that probably when we get to spoilers. I'm
not a military kind of person. Like I don't like.
Well, they're the fucking bad guys.
Well, yes, but I mean in general, like it's like I don't know.
Well, I know like we'll get into that with the content warning, but yeah, there is like pretty extreme gun violence in this, which I know you're not.
No, I hate
big
guns.
Fan of.
Yeah.
Yes. For me, it's like the movie. First of all, I think all the actors that they picked for this are so fucking amazing.
Oh my god!
Because they have to carry the movie.
Oh, they all carried the movie.
The whole movie is just them, and that's the other thing. They're fucking walking the whole time. I read a tiny bit because I was just so interested in all of this and reading about how like you don't really think about it, like every scene, every shot they're walking. Yeah. Like all day, every day. They were talking about at the end of the day they were just like fucking beat, like ready to go to sleep, and that's like it creates this weird energy in the movie, and like all the interactions between the characters, they feel so real and so genuine, and you immediately get so attached to these characters. And they carry the whole story. And in fact, I think like the weakest stuff about the movie is the stuff around the immediate story, because they have like some flashback scenes and stuff. We'll get more into that later, but like just the drama of them going through this thing, I thought was so captivating. Yeah. And I love how like in the beginning of the movie, when they're all meeting up and getting ready, I wasn't sure which direction they were going to go tonally. And it feels so grounded because it's the way it's just all these young dudes who are just all like trying to be friends and chit-chatting, and it's like, man, you guys are competing, you know? So I wasn't sure what that was going to be like. But they're immediately like befriending each other and treating it as like this adventure. And it felt very much like, that's some young man shit. Yeah. You're not really thinking about the consequences.
Well, I mean, I feel like they showed a spectrum of what those relationships are like, which is also interesting to see.
Totally. But I think like, it has that kind of optimistic, adventurous energy until the first person dies.
Yeah.
We might as well use that to go into the content warning because the big thing is like this movie, as like simple as the setting and the story setup is, it is very graphically violent. Yeah. Specifically with the gun violence.
And it lingers too.
Yeah. And I've seen like some of the response online. There's definitely some people who did not like that. They thought it was like too much. But honestly, I think it's kind of, I
think I know what you're trying to say.
I think it's an important part of the story.
It is. I mean, like, as shocking and graphic as it is, and also heartbreaking, because each of these actors do such a great job of making you, like, want to root for them.
Well, they're such well-defined people, and you get a sense of, like, why they're here, what their personalities are like, their strengths, their weaknesses.
And a lot of them, a lot of them are struggling, too.
Of course.
So you get attached. And it's tough.
Yeah. But it's just the way that, like, you aren't even really thinking about the danger until the first person dies. Yeah. And it's so brutal and in your face that it's just this big reminder of, like, the stakes here. And it also, like, that fits into the themes because there is this sense of, like, for these people to be here, I think, of course, you're going to get some young people who just, like, see it as the adventure or a chance to be famous or something. But I think most of them, they're very desperate. Yeah. And this is kind of what desperation looks like. Yeah. Because they all have a sense of like, oh, I'm definitely going to be the winner until the first person dies and it becomes real. And I think after introducing that, it's like it becomes this weight that's just hanging over you for the whole movie.
Yeah, it's super dreadful because you know it's going to happen. And at the same time, as much as I hate sitting in that feeling, it is a like very true to life feeling.
It's very oppressive. Yeah. And that's the thing is like there is a sense of almost like hopelessness to this movie. Like as much as the main characters try to keep this optimistic attitude, it's the moments where like you realize these characters like just have nothing left. Like they can't take another step forward. Yeah. And that inevitability of like knowing what that means, it's very effective and very dark. Yeah. And I think like, you know, there are ways you could tie this into what's happening in America right now. Yeah. So I think you were saying that like maybe if you're feeling really
like overwhelmed by really what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But to feel like maybe either prepare yourself or skip it until you feel like it's ready, like you're ready to sit in a movie like this.
Yeah.
It is a very, very good movie. I would highly recommend it, but just be aware that, you know, it brings up feelings.
Yeah. I think some people kind of see that as being therapeutic though. I think I'm kind of more in the sense on that side of things. So you just kind of have to know yourself.
Yeah.
Because for me...
Is this something like you need to watch with friends? Like have some friends with you or something, or, you know, just take it into consideration.
I think for me and for some other people, when you are going through something like this, there is something therapeutic about watching a movie that is fictional and safe and stuff that is displaying these things. It's like, it's almost a way to help you work through all of that. Yeah. But I know some people just don't want to fucking think about it. Yeah. So just make sure you're in the right headspace. Yeah. That's really all. But yeah, overall, like, just fantastic and fucking scary.
Yeah, it is. This is 100% horror movie.
Maybe this is like adult horror. I think that's more and more. It's like you give me a monster or a slasher or something. It's like I'm having a good time. I'm not fucking scared of this. Like,
sometimes. Let's not forget Nope now.
Oh well. That's different. That could happen. Okay.
That is true. That could happen.
No, but like, I don't know. It's stuff that feels like, oh, is this what the world is going to look like in 6 months? Like there is something scary about that too. Maybe a little scarier.
Yeah.
But unless you have any other spoiler-free thoughts,
no.
Then let's get to spoilers. So you said you didn't really like this one. Was it just because it was heavy, or what was it?
It's not really fair to say that I don't like it, because I do. I appreciate everything it's doing. I really do. And I think it was done really well. For some reason on this one, I think especially with everything happening right now, it is hard for me to be like excited and be like, yeah, like I love this movie. Like still thinking about it still like depresses me. But that is also because of the great work by the actors. Like they had you believing in the story like immediately. And I would still give this a really high rating. It's just would I watch this again? No, I don't think I'm watching this again.
I think my thing is just like I was expecting, this fun, weird, bleak concept, and I think the execution was so much more grounded than I expected, and I was just like, I was fucking captured. Like the whole time watching this, I was just in the fucking zone, like so invested in it. A lot of that is the characters and the actors, but like the concept is just so rich, because there is like, we talked about the allusions to joining the military, serving your country, the desperation of a populace that's just experiencing like extreme poverty and maybe class displacement. But like there was also a part of it that just felt like it plays so much with the concept of mortality. And there is like a read to this that I got really sucked into while I was watching it, that this is kind of like a person's journey through life, just having to put one foot in front of the other. And every time that somebody faltered and fell behind, like that's real. Yeah. Like that's what happens over the course of your lifetime. Yeah. And also just like the way they form these relationships and everything. And it feels like, they're living their whole life in a matter of days, where they're meeting people and becoming like the absolute best fucking friends in the world. And I read that in the book, there is like more of an implied queer relationship between the two characters. And you kind of get a sense of that in the movie. I thought too. Yeah. Which is weird, because usually it's the other way around, like it's not in the book and then they inject it. So it's weird they kind of didn't push that as much.
I will say, in the context of this film, I think the subtlety of the lingering is this person queer. I think that lays to the story, and especially with the totalitarian regime. So, unfortunately.
Totally. I'm not critiquing. I just thought it was interesting, because I thought it was interesting too. Yeah, and I just think that like that deep friendship and that love that develops between them, it doesn't even need that kind of label. But it came across, and a lot of little things like them smoking for the first time, and like it's just so much of these, like they come off as so young.
Yeah, they are young.
I know. Yeah, and it like really drives that home, and just makes it all feel so genuine. And that's why like I kind of mentioned my biggest complaint is they set up this storyline with these flashbacks and stuff. It's this idea that the main guy, like his reason for it feels almost like very anime, like his reason for being here and being like, I have to fucking win is because the major who's like in charge of this, I guess that's what they call him, right? The major,
I think so.
The colonel, whatever the fuck his name is, he killed this character's father when he was younger, and so he has a whole plan to like win and ask for a gun so he can get revenge. And I genuinely felt like every time it diverted into that, it like kind of took away from it for me.
Oh, well, like the flashbacks and stuff. Yeah, I know you're not a big flashbacks person.
Yeah, well, it's not even just that. It's literally just that like I was so sucked into this grounded story, and that stuff, it almost felt like overly dramatic and like a little contrived,
I will say I agree to a point, because I do like that they show like why his dad died, which is like very important to what's happening.
That's what's funny. I read that this stuff was not in the books.
Okay.
Like I think that for the movie, they wanted to inject this like this villain and this like bigger story around the villain, and that's why like I just feel like, man, the movie could have worked on its own without that. you didn't need to have that kind of structure.
Yeah, I guess I did like it though. I did like that part of it.
It just felt kind of like unnecessary, I guess. But that's literally like, that's the only thing I can complain about. But it is interesting how a lot of them don't have a clearly defined reason for being there. I don't think that's necessary. That would be the anime version of this. But just that like overbearing knowledge that only one of them is going to survive is like, yeah, it's like, it's effective. It's very oppressive. One of the early ones who died was that kid who was like the writer who was saying he was going to write a book about this.
Right. I think he was like towards the middle.
Okay.
I think.
But by the way, like, as soon as he was all bright-eyed talking about the book, I was like, this kid's not going to win.
Yeah.
Like, this book is not getting written. Which also, like, ties into what I was saying about life is a lot of people have those kind of big dreams that they never actualize, you know?
Yeah. It was very sad.
Yeah. There was also that character who was a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I think it was only one who was really like the bad guy.
Yeah, I think some of them seemed to be like focused. I wouldn't say they were like competitive. They were more like focused. That guy was definitely like, I don't know. He had something up his ass the whole time.
It was pissing me off because he was such a dick and he never seemed tired and he's like jumping around. It's like, oh fuck, he's gonna really make it far, huh? While everyone else is like struggling.
Right. He's just being a complete asshole the whole time.
It really worked when, you know, you get that one big shocking kill in the beginning, but then like they just kind of keep happening and you start seeing like, it's where the hopelessness really comes in. It's when like it stops being fun and now it's like we're just fucking walking for a long ass time.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, towards the last couple of kills I didn't even look at the screen. I couldn't do it anymore. It was like too much.
This movie, it made me feel fucking tired watching it. Like, this is too much walking. And I think the actors play that up really well as well. Because like when it hits that first nighttime, remember? And like they're going up a hill at one point. Like,
God, they're like falling asleep while they're walking.
Oh man. I love how that side of it starts creeping in to the movie at a certain point.
Oh my God. And when they got to take a shit, that was just like...
That was what was fucking... By the way, I was like, oh, I'm done. There's no way I can do... Like, I got fucking IBS. I got Crohn's. Like, I would have to take a shit that first hour and be like, well, it's been a good run, guys.
Yeah, that was wild.
People apparently didn't like the shit either.
Well, I mean, it is an accurate depiction, no? Like...
Yeah, I didn't really think that through. Like,
no.
Yeah, what would you have to do? Those are what's especially brutal, though. It's like when the one guy twists his ankle.
Oh, that was insane.
And when they're just, you can tell they're just
walking on the bone of the ankle. Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a few where they just hit the end of their rope and you just know like they can't fucking go anymore. And knowing what was coming, that was what was like especially scary. Because imagine if you like stub your toe. And at some point, it's just like, well, fuck. Like, I can't walk anymore.
Well, yeah. I mean, that one guy, he was in perfect health, had been training for this, and he got sick.
Yeah, he just got like a cold.
Sick.
It's like, damn. That was the thing that really made it scary. And yeah, what really got me was that, was it the first night? I can't remember the timing. It's when the main character basically hits a point where it's like, oh, I can't go any further.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been the part where they're going uphill. Do you know what part I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It was like...
Because he literally, like, the other character, was he number 23 or something?
I don't know.
I can't remember. He was, like, carrying him.
Yeah. It was just like, you know, what I was mentioning about hitting that point and feeling like I can't go any further. And he's, like, hallucinating. Yeah. And you look up and see the soldier just pointing a gun in your face, like, counting down. And of course,
it's so stressful.
Yes. And of course, the dickhead guy is like taunting him the whole time and shit. Like that was really fucking scary. But he like the way he finds his like second wind and picks it back up. It's like it just felt like his fucking life flashed before his eyes, you know?
Yeah, and he's like having all these like life revelations. He's like, God, I shouldn't have did this. I'm doing what my dad did to my mom. It's just like sad. It's scary.
That part was super heartbreaking too when he runs into his mom in the street. that's the other thing. It was so emotional. And I read like a lot of people were like, yeah, I bawled my fucking eyes out.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Did you get emotional watching it?
I mean, I definitely did. I wouldn't say I was like sobbing, but I think I was just so stressed out. It was like, it was really hard to like, I was just like so stressed.
I felt like I heard you sniffling a few times.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember exactly. It's been a while since we've seen it, but
it's heavy.
It is very heavy. I think I remember like after it was done, I just like had to sit for a second.
Yeah. And yeah, that ending, that was pretty crazy. Because when it got down to just the two characters and their bromance, I genuinely was like, I don't know who's going to make it. It could go either way.
It really could. And it was just the second I feel like he told him he was going to like sacrifice himself, I was like, oh, he's going to sacrifice himself now. And it's just, but at the same time, it's like, can neither option happen? Can something good happen for a second? I really loved David's performance so much, but I think it's because I love him as Andy from Alien Romulus.
Oh, right.
And he's just so charming. Yeah.
That dude's great.
Yeah.
He needs to be in more stuff.
I swear to God, he just like knows how to express like human emotion so well.
I wanted him to be my best friend.
Yes. He's so cool.
I feel like he was never tired. I feel like the whole movie, he was just cool. You know what I mean? Like he never seemed to struggle or anything. So at the end, after they're walking for like fucking 4 days or whatever it was, he just looked normal. So it was like, you knew that the way this was going to end, it had to be one of them sacrificing themselves. Like that was just inevitable at a certain point.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's almost like it is this kind of kindness that after, when it was just the two of them, they kind of immediately knew they needed to make a decision. Like there's no point drawing it out. They weren't going to compete with each other.
Yeah.
They just enjoyed their final moments. And Ray winds up pulling the switcheroo.
Yeah.
And winds up sacrificing himself for Peter. I did think like that the way it ended was a little strange. So he took the gun and he shot the major. Mm-hmm. And then he kind of looked around and like no one was there and he was able to just walk away.
Yeah.
I think my interpretation, because like it was interesting that this didn't go complete anime. That like when they gave him the gun, he was trying to talk him out of doing it. Mm-hmm. And the implication seemed to be like, yeah, sure, you could shoot him. You're still committing a crime. Yeah. So it's like, you're not going to just be like, yeah, that was my wish. Yeah. Hooray. So I'm wondering if they seriously just shot him.
Oh, that's what I figured.
Okay.
I kind of assumed that the second he turns around and there's nobody there that they shot him already.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was my read. I wasn't sure if that was like intended, but I guess if you picked up on that too, then it's a bleak way to end it, but it like it's effective and it makes sense. I think. I really love this. This is gonna be interesting when we do the top 10. Mm-hmm. I have an idea for how we're gonna do that.
Okay.
We'll talk after. But basically, I already know this is gonna be like high on my top 10, so it's gonna be interesting to see where you put it.
I don't know. We'll see, because I haven't even placed it yet.
So. I have to fight on this one. That's all I got. Do you have anything else? Mm-mm. Then you can go to ghostbeast.com for all our links. You can also follow Ghostbeast Pod and make sure to follow Lux Fatale to check out Becca's awesome horror artwork, which we also use for our merch, our shirts, our stickers, our hoodies. They're all really fucking good quality. I wore the Ghostbeast hoodie out for the first time.
Yeah, the fabric is really high quality.
Yeah, it was very fucking comfortable and warm, and I was surprised. Yeah. You never know with that stuff. Yeah. So go get one. Fucking cool. And you can also follow Ghost Beast on Letterboxd, where we rank everything we cover. This list is so fucked. It's so fucking cursed. I'm starting to side with maybe like doing an episode where we organize it a little bit.
Please.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, I do think like every maybe like 6 months or a year, we do like edits.
Yeah. I put it above The Invitation, below Frauke.
Okay.
All right. It's number 35 on our list. You can contact us at podcast@ghostbeast.com. I think we have 2025 pretty covered. Is there anything you can think of that we have to see that might be more obscure? Bye.